welcome to the first team check-in we've ever done, and this should be an ongoing series with each of the teams. And first of all, we're going to start things off with Spacestation Gaming. Obviously, we can't get the whole team here because Cherio and Dardes, well, Cherio, he's going to be doing a different piece of work today. Dardes, I couldn't have two bad accents on the first episode, and it would have been...
Don't do Raff like
There's
that,
too
man.
many subtitles. You're right.
What'd you say?
So first things first, obviously it's Nika, Raffer, and Vote joining me here for the first one of these, and I want to kind of start things off with a throwback to the end of last year for you all, and just to, bring you all down for a second.
Starting deep.
Got to start things off the right way, Let's be real. How did it go for you guys as Renegades last year? Like, how do you feel about your performance as it went? Obviously, I'm expecting disappointment because you didn't win, but do you feel like you succeeded anywhere along the way?
I felt like at the beginning it was really good because we came in 8 weeks late. Obviously not good. It's like a business perspective, but as players it was good because no one knew our strats. So we started off strong, and then we ended up playing PK, Vote, and they ended up beating us like really, really hard. It's like a dominant victory from them. We felt like we learnt a lot from that, and then that kind of set the pace for the rest of the first season and MSI. And we caught like a lot of teams by surprise by bringing our own metas into it, and I feel like that's us as players. Like, we innovate. We've got like the synergy, between us, and it just works.
Synergy.
Like yeah, synergy.
Carry on. Sorry.
But yeah, that's how that came along, and it obviously came to Worlds, and that was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Just the synergy is a tiny bit off, and
Just a bit off.
I want to talk about that real quick. What went wrong? Like, from your point of view, like, you don't have to go too deep with me, but like, was it team failure? Was it like, strategy failure? What was it?
I'll just go.
It was like losing focus. I think mainly we were like, I think in game 3 we were like really far ahead. So I think we kind of all thought it was wrapped up, right? Like, just take it how we usually do it, which was in scrims we'd always make like a risky solo side push, and didn't really work out, and kind of. Like, as soon as you lose one game, you're like, it's fine, we've got 2 more, right? It's not a problem. But then you start losing the next one, and then it's like, oh, I mean, what do we change now? We've kind of shown everything, and I think you kind of start doubting yourself, and I think that's kind of what happened to us.
Yeah, people got emotional, and comms were a bit hectic, weren't they?
They were. There was one specifically.
Yeah, I tried calming people down a couple of times, but it just didn't work out. I was pretty bummed about it at the time, but, you just move on and go into the next season. It's not all downs. We learned a lot from that season, so hopefully we can transition it into this one and it'll work out better.
Yeah, and speaking about this one, I mean, the team as a whole has kind of stuck together. You made one change since last year overall, with Funballer out and now Vote in. Vote, I'm going to come to you real quick, first of all. Like, tell me about you and, like, how your year with PK went last year as well. Because, I mean, it was a bit topsy-turvy. You were on what people called as the potential superstar team. Probably the first time you've been on one of those. In fairness, that people have said has been probably the best team in the league, or on paper. How did it work for you there? How do you feel about that?
Well, it didn't work, obviously. Again, first round in the world was just kind of a disappointment, but I think into Worlds, I wasn't thinking, we're going to win this, Because we brought a row in.
Yeah.
For just like the team environment kind of thing. And then after game 1 I was like, okay, maybe we do have a chance. And then they banned Serb, and it's just I went downhill.
That was game over then. Yeah.
So
I mean, realistically,
the scrims, ban the Serb, giving practice on other guys.
Realistically, like, with how that season entailed, like when the changes started to come through, with Rowe then becoming a main roster for you guys and PK, did you start to feel already at that point it was going to be tricky to make it? Because I think at the time the publication was like, you guys as PK were all solid, and you were like, no, we've still got a chance. But the fans didn't necessarily feel the same way.
I think we all kind of knew that just player skill wise, getting Rowe was a downgrade. But like for the scrims and just practicing as a team, it's just, and the house environment just felt better.
Mentality just really improved and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense with how this has gone. But now, joining this team, did you want to join these guys? Did they approach you? Did you approach them? Like, how did that go?
I think they kind of.
It was mutual, kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of mutual. Like, after Worlds, pretty much after they lost, it's pretty much just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like everyone's friends here.
Yeah.
And then it was more of, they come up to me saying, how do you feel like? Because I kind of wanted to play with Emil too, won't lie. But it just came to the decision of Emil or Vote, and it's pretty obvious, If you want to win and not have a troll, Vote. If you want to troll, then Emil. But I was happy both ways.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
you don't mind a bit of troll, basically.
I don't mind a bit of troll, but maybe with Dardes too,
it
would be a bit too much. But I was happy to go both ways. whole team voted for vote, and I was like, I'm really happy with that. I'm down for that too. So we just sat down and agreed like within minutes. So it was easy, an easy transition. As good as Funball is, I just felt like it was kind of off. It was just a bit different in the team, his skill-wise was more than enough. It was just like personality clashes.
And that's kind of what PK had as well, it seems. I think that's where a lot of players, started to realise that you're going to be living to these people the entire time and then also playing with them. So it's a bit of a different aspect. And changing it up then, going towards this year, you all chose to come back, right? You didn't have to come back and play in the Pro League again. Why have you all chose to do that? I mean, everyone was saying it might not be good, but you've all wanted to do it for another year,
Why not, right?
I think all players wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just
such a good experience.
Yeah, it's just players getting the right teams and the right orgs. And with us, it was perfect. We managed to get the perfect org and a perfect team.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be a good season.
I do want to ask you about the org situation too, because obviously I think Space Station, you guys were one of the first teams that locked in straight away. Really early on, I think one of the first ones to announce that I knew of. About it.
We knew what we
quick.
wanted, so
yeah, we were.
We just chased after it from the start and got exactly what we wanted pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of teams were unhappy with how fast we signed because we kind of set the bar pretty high.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And people wanted to go higher. Some people were happy to take bare minimum. But we didn't care. We don't care about them. We care about ourselves. We care about repping a good org, and that's what we got, the best one in the league.
And how do you feel about Space Station as an org so far? I mean, you've
They're
initial
absolutely
days.
Yeah,
They're
so
absolutely
far they've been
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best org I've been on, and I've been on Energy, and they were crazy good.
Right, so it's really
obviously the best org I've been on.
So you're all in a house together now as well, right? You're all living together. Do you have to share rooms? You got individual rooms?
Everyone's
bedrooms.
Everyone's separate.
Yeah.
You got the biggest room?
Rafa.
Was there a decision amongst that? Was that a conversation, or
we all agreed that he should have it?
Yeah.
is there a reason you agreed you should have it?
Scared of me.
That's what I'm trying to get at here. I'm trying to make it right.
No,
real.
I just think they're just nice like that. They got to give the old man, the pensioner, the retirement room.
Give them the retirement room.
Yeah.
The final, serenade, so to speak, is the final
It's
year,
actually too big
potentially.
as well.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
don't think
too
I'd
big.
actually want it.
Yeah, I don't want it anymore.
So I'm going to turn towards the league this year, right, and the changes in the esports formats. There's not been huge ones for you guys to an extent, but there is an interesting part, which is you guys are going to play every week now. Previously, it wasn't the case. It was kind of big hiatuses between teams and things like that. How do you feel that's going to potentially change the league this year? Would it help you guys, do you reckon? Do you reckon it's going to hinder with having more games more regularly?
I
prefer it.
Because last year, it's in PK, we played 4 games in 2 weeks and have a month off.
Yeah.
And it's just in that month off, what do you do, right?
Yeah, you
There's
get
nothing to
lazy
do.
and you take
just
breaks off of scrimming and then for us, I remember in phase 2, we had a 3-week period where we had no games at all.
Yeah.
So we only scrimmed for half of a week and we came in so sloppy and that's the only game we lost in phase 2. So I think now teams will just play at a higher level because you're always having to make sure you can beat teams.
Yeah, and with that, the 4-week gaps, I'm guessing as a pro, you kind of 2 weeks off because we can chill because the meta might change or you're just going to sit and wait around. Then 2 weeks is kind of scrimming. Is that kind of how it worked out?
Yeah, I'll agree with Nika on that. The skill cap's just going to go high. You're going to see a lot better games.
Yeah.
And obviously with the teams dropping down too, you're going to see a lot higher quality games.
I was going to talk about that as well because this is the one thing a lot of people are talking about is competition this year. And who you guys think are your teams to watch from your point of view outside of yourselves. Obviously, I expect you guys are thinking you're going to be towards the top, if not the top of the league. How do you feel about the rest of the league's competitive nature this year?
I think it'll be weird. I think rival could be good. I think it just depends Twig transitions to mid. Ghost on paper are solid, but I don't know how they'll work together.
It's a bit like a PK situation,
Yeah.
I feel with that one, yeah?
Yeah.
I think so,
Metrics.
but I think they'll be fine. They've just got to find their way of playing. I don't think they'll be able to play the normal meta. I just think they'll fall behind on that, but they've just got really good players in every role, but they're very selfish players too.
Yeah. Now, the other thing as well with the structure of the league, so to speak, is the first half of the year still matters now because you will earn points through the year that can get you an automatic spot for the World Championships. Do you reckon that's a big change, a useful change towards the league? Do you think that's going to make an impact for you guys?
I think it's
I think
a
it
good.
should do,
Yeah, I think
right?
it's a good change in the way where you get an auto buy, so you don't have to reveal too much. Kind of like us at MSI, you can go in with kind of a surprise. But I don't think it matters like too much. Like, it was the same last year. Like, as long as you perform on that weekend, like look at SK, they played nuts on the weekend and they won Worlds.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the season they were just really lackluster. But it's hard to balance it. You can't give people free wins because then the quality of games are lower. You know, you just have to do it this way and just hope the players play to the highest skill cap
on the given day, right?
and don't run it down mid.
I think that's the other thing to really discuss as well. Like, how difficult is it? Like, every game is technically different, even though the fans might not feel that way. Like, you just discussed SK there, right? They had a great run at the World Championships, regular season 6th, 7th. You know, not really too big in the standings, but on that one weekend, is that really that important to just be hot that weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the results. Like, how many different teams have won Worlds?
It's true.
That's
Why
literally
show
the only
off?
point.
You just make it worse because you're one of the only teams that did it twice, you know?
Of course, like the best teams won it in those 2 weeks, but all the others got lucky. Okay.
Okay. That's
I can agree with that.
Is that true? Yeah.
And the
okay.
worst teams finished second.
Yeah.
So in the league this year, one real question about the league: who do you think your biggest rivals are this year in terms of, like, if you had to place two teams, top 1 and 2, excluding yourselves, who would they be?
Probably Rival and Ghost, right?
Yeah, Rival Ghost. Especially Rival Ghost PK, really, right?
Oh, yeah, PK, yeah.
There's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like, you can pick like 4 or 5 clear teams which you can say could be your rival.
The whole league. will
Even
just be our
United,
rival.
I think, is like a team that can play
they're
really well.
good friends, I think.
Yeah.
I was expecting you guys to come out with all like, nah, there's no one, not really worried about it. You
Well,
know,
like,
I guess
I wouldn't
that's
say
what-
worried, but
Yeah.
It's just...
I think you're worried about all teams in a way. All teams can pull something out.
I mean, yeah, in that way, yeah. But it's like you got to be confident in yourself as well, right?
I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
scared of any other team, I'm just observant.
Scared of our own team.
so
Yeah,
maybe
we're scared of ourselves. We're our own rival.
you're wrong worst enemy, basically, is what you're saying, yeah? Okay.
But I'd say rival.
Dada's
our
probably
biggest
my rival.
rivals.
So with that, then, I want to move on to like season 7, right? Obviously, the game's changed, the esports has changed, but also has the game. Do you guys feel the pressure points this year or the meta may shake up a little bit? Obviously, there's been a lot of focus from the developers to try and nullify some of this invade strategy. Is that going to be there still, do you reckon? I don't want you to give too much away. I just want like the idea of like, do you think we're going to see differences? Is it going to be different pressure points? Is solo going to get focused?
I think
Duo?
it depends on the teams.
Yeah.
Like, so I think some teams will not play exactly the same, but take some stuff from last season and like adapt it to how the game is now. But I don't know. It's hard to say without like showing
Give it
too
too
much
much.
off. But like I think there will be a different meta, and I think a couple of teams will be looking to try and spice things up like a lot to how it used to be.
Do you guys feel the same way?
I agree because like some teams just are naturally that play style. That's
Yeah.
how they.
Yeah, the full pressure.
That's how they prevail. You know, they enjoy playing with pressure. You could say they can only play with pressure. They like crumble when they get pressured back.
Mm.
So you'll see them teams naturally try and invade. Like with us, we were kind of chill. Even when it was the invade meta,
Yeah, we were just letting.
we were just
people
letting them invade and we'd kill them. You know, and then people were scared to invade us. It was just weird. People invading
Yeah.
each other and it come against us, and they'd be like, "Nah, they're just gonna kill me."
Okay. Well, with that as well, I'm going to move on to pressure picks. Oh, not pressure picks, I'd rather underrated picks. Is there anyone... I guess I'm not going to say underrated picks because these guys, they're not going to want to give this away, honestly. I will ask, though, overrated picks at the moment. There's a lot of picks that are going around. From the fans' point of view, I think, is what I really want to go for here because the meta's kind of shaking up and then people are already like, these gods are OP, these gods aren't. But we've not seen pro play yet. And generally, when you guys get hold of the game, the meta really changes massively soon after.
I've always thought Jing Chen was pretty average.
Yeah.
Like, I think like the only thing he does well is he just doesn't die, right? But I don't think he offers much to a team other than just surviving. So why isn't Fafnir just picked? Because he does the same but better.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree, but Xing Chen's easier to play, easier to guarantee stuff. Quick, and you can dish it out quicker too. You know, Fafnir, you stun, disarm, then you have to have the transition.
I still think he's rated a bit
Yeah,
too highly.
I agree.
I think
Yes.
you can actually counter him really hard as well. It's just people are kind of scared to experiment with like off-meta picks, I think.
That's fair.
Counter him in which way though? To kill him or just to like completely ignore him?
You can probably kill him with some picks. Can't say them. You should know.
The dangerous.
Yeah.
Just so you know, every team's going to have these same questions, just so you know. So by the end of it, we probably would have worked out exactly how to.
Yeah, you
beat
can
all these
definitely
ones.
like counter him, but I just think he's just one of those where just bad supports can play it, like me.
Definitely helpful then. I mean, one thing I will say.
Underrated, I might have one god.
I think every hunter that's not Jing Wei is overrated.
Is she?
Yeah, the Jingwei's
Okay.
only hunter is actually good.
From
Jingwei's
like,
underrated.
Jingwei is just every hunter is
Technically, right?
not
She's underrated
Jingwei.
because she's so much
but
better.
crit's in the meta, right?
Yeah, but
so
it's
like,
not. Does it? She's
With
so
Spectrum
broken.
coming back there.
yeah.
Yeah, her one. She has 4 steroids on 3 abilities, and she has her ult, and her passive, which has no cooldown, when Heim's 3 has a cooldown. It just doesn't make sense.
I was actually going to bring up Heim because like we've seen a couple of new gods come out since the World Championships that haven't seen competitive play yet. Do you think that's going to shake things up too? I mean, we've got Yamoja, Heimdall, Mulan is also going to be available relatively soon as well. Like, do you reckon those gods really have a knock-on effect as they come out? Because it's kind of it's a weird situation, right?
I think they affect bans more because
Yeah.
I think people always like default to banning new gods because it's harder to practice against new gods. It's
Right.
more annoying. So what you'll see is like the gods who were topic before will be open a lot more often, like Persephone, for example. I think we'll see a lot more of.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like when a new god comes in? Because that's a pro mentality that like people don't really know. Is when you guys get a new god into the game, you're not going to immediately go and start playing her. I guess. You
I
kinda
do.
wait
I
a
don't.
I do it every.
Is it team specific
every
or
time.
something? I guess.
Every time the new god comes out, I go jungle practice for like 5 minutes, play about with it.
And go, that's broken. Tweet about it. Right?
Nah, I don't tweet.
Yeah,
my last tweet was in 2019. I think it was November.
That was last year.
No, wait.
Yeah, you make it sound like it's so.
2018, Remy played Splice.
It was 2018.
Remy played Splice.
You've not tweeted.
Nah, I don't
No,
tweet.
it was about
Wow.
the Unk thing, right?
Yeah.
Which was Like personally, when a new god comes out, especially if I can play it solo,
Yeah.
I will play it for like 1 or 2 days in casuals to figure out a bit. Like I did the same with Mulan.
Does it
'Cause
really
I-
take like
I
ramp
just-
for it to hit your like your scrims and things with these new gods? Do you guys like? Is there a like unwritten rule that you're allowed to like discuss with your other team? Like,
It's just
hey,
gonna-
can we
I
play with
think it-
Mulan or something like that?
It's just
Like,
going to
is that
all
allowed?
ban until it's allowed in ranked,
Yeah,
I think, most of the time.
I think eventually teams are like, or maybe like sometimes it happens. We've done it with a few teams where it's like maybe we should like try this god like 1 game each, for example. I think it is helpful because you do need to know how to play against the god if you're forced to like leave open to ban something else, for example.
It happened with Persephone a lot, didn't
Yeah.
it? Because I was like, I'll just ban it. But then obviously it came to the point where I had to play against it.
And it was rough.
I was getting
Not pushing
frustrated.
for the
I was
start.
getting frustrated because it's like it just doesn't make sense. Like, and Dada's is like, it's easy, just juke it. So we ended up going to jungle practice, and then I was hitting him when he was doing the same, and
Yeah.
then he was like, "What? This doesn't make sense." I was like, "I told you this."
Yeah.
It
And
Is
was-
then
that
it
kind of how
happened. She
you're-
was
it was
bugged.
Is that how
right?
like, you have to work with Dardes by the sounds of it? Like he says it's easy, and then you go, no, it's not. Look, and he then learns. Is that what happens?
Yeah, but usually doesn't learn.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm going to turn it a little bit more fun focused now. Okay, just for a couple of questions, get this out the way towards the end of this. Who is the messiest person do you expect this year? You're probably the exception to this because these guys haven't really lived with you, but the rest of you have kind of like all lived together, right? So you kind of know Dardes and Cherio as well.
I didn't live with them. I was in a different apartment.
Oh, so but you got to see it from a
so
distance.
you rubbed it in.
Sorry, just a reminder of why Space Station.
I don't know. Like Dardes and Cherry, I don't think either of them were that messy, honestly. And I don't think I was either. I think they'd say the same. I think we kept the house pretty clean.
If you had to say someone was messy though,
I don't know.
it's tougher than asking questions
from
about.
what,
picks,
We'll
man.
go with our coach.
From this year so far, I'd say who has like the most boxes and stuff? iRaffer probably, right?
They're all tidy though. They're all ready to get thrown in the
Sure,
in the
man.
bin. It is. Well, you say sure, man. Like, where are they?
I don't know.
You don't know because they're tidy.
I'd say Cherry.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
sometimes
it's just-
left the kitchen.
Wait, let's say Dardes because of the toilet.
Oh, true.
No.
True, yeah, Dardes.
You got a lot to
Yeah,
look forward to.
Dardes, oh
How do
my.
you know?
It was,
No,
it was like
this year.
It was the
It was
day
yesterday.
before.
Yeah.
It was yesterday, right? Or
I was.
Sunday?
That is actually one of the questions on the list. Is who would you not want to go in the bathroom after?
I guess it's
go-
Dardes now.
She literally flooded the house.
He went to 2 bathrooms and he.
There you go.
Don't tell SSG that.
So yeah, well, it's already on the podcast now, so this is gonna be a good time for that. Loudest person in the house. Who's the
Cherry.
who's the
Cherry,
loudest?
That's not a debate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't come across that way. He's normally quite quiet.
He's
He saves it
loud.
for us, I think.
Does
Yeah.
he? Special. Quietest person in the house.
Probably
Dardes.
Dardes.
You don't really
Yeah.
see him. He's kind of in his
Yeah.
own dungeon.
Okay.
Literally.
Literally raiding.
Laziest person in the house. Do you always all
Probably-
going to share responsibilities and things in the house, or you
Yeah.
all just
Yeah,
have your
yeah.
own sections?
I don't think anyone's lazy, are they?
I don't think so.
Everyone does their part so far.
Until
Okay.
scrims and everyone's like, "Ah."
So yeah, I guess that's the type of question you'll figure out as the year goes along.
Yeah.
I think right now
We'll see who breaks first.
everyone's try-harding right now.
Okay, least intelligent person in the house.
Dardes.
Really?
Instant from vote.
I mean, he comes across as pretty dumb sometimes. I saw this Cherry though. Honestly, Cherry is the biggest.
Everyone's
I
gonna
don't
be
think
Cherry.
Yeah,
aren't they?
Cherry, I think it's like a
Yeah.
cultural difference.
I think I
mainly.
put the wrong players in because you're just going to keep calling out those two.
No,
the
because
Yeah, but
entire
them two
time,
will
I
call
think.
out each other then.
Oh,
So
right.
it's
Okay.
it's gonna.
It's like
I-
Cherry's smite smart, but outside
True.
of that, he's just not smart.
Cherry is smart.
It's like,
Smart. It's a good way of
before
looking
that,
at it.
they actually got to know him. I thought he was a
Dude, it's
smart
like the
person,
jersey thing today.
But
He's-
after that, it's no.
So
I
his,
saw the
his
tweet.
jersey was too big, and he's like, "My jersey's too tall," or something like that.
Too tall.
That's not normal, right?
Did you give him stilts or something to wear it in or something? Most intelligent in the house. Okay, we'll move
Me.
on.
Everyone's gonna say
Me or
themselves.
Rafa? There you go.
Funniest.
Wow.
Me or Nika then. I'll go.
Let's get left in the middle. Funniest person in the house.
Nika maybe.
I don't want to brag, but I think I'll take that
Yeah.
title.
Easy dub.
I was gonna say.
I think Raf is up
Actually,
there
yeah,
as well.
Rafa's
I just think
Yeah.
everyone is the same. Like,
Well, it's like it depends. Like
Everyone has the
some,
moments.
Some people are funny because they do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Cherry daughters.
Yeah.
again.
It's always those two, isn't
Yeah,
it?
shit them. Whatever.
So do you all cook or do you all like have separate shelves in the fridge and stuff like that?
Nah,
Like,
we commit as a team now,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah.
We sometimes do our
everyone's
own
cooked
thing.
for themselves. Daughters hasn't because he got hit like yesterday, right? But so
Yeah.
far we've all cooked something. So
okay. Who's mom and who's dad? If you had to put a label on him.
I think I'm dad.
Yeah, Rafa's dad.
Rafa's dad
I think
of the
he's
house.
mum and dad.
Yeah, probably.
You do both. You have to share the lifting. Okay. I already asked that. Who would you not want to go in the bathroom after?
Yeah, I think
Who
we-
takes the longest showers?
Cherry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
gets
the
like the
longest-
music on, you
Start
can hear him
singing.
singing a bit.
We'll try
It's
and
a good
record
20,
it.
25 minutes.
Please do.
sometimes.
Like, don't be scared to
We
do
should
that.
try and record it though.
Good bit
Need
of
his
content.
consent.
That. Do you?
Probably.
I mean, don't go in there and take videos of him. I'm not saying that. Like, but he's audio.
Trust me,
It should be okay. Who's the worst cook?
I'd say me.
I mean, Cherry took half an hour to make a
okay,
salad.
yeah, true.
To make a salad.
He did struggle
Wow.
with cutting some peppers.
Okay.
Took him a while.
And do you all go out grocery shopping together, or is it all like a?
But we went once so far, and we all went.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was
Did
pretty
you all
much-
wear your jerseys and stuff
No,
and walk
no.
around?
Yeah.
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 You should
Rafa
do that.
Did I?
Did you?
No. I didn't wear a jersey. Did I wear a... I don't know. Jumper maybe?
I can't remember.
No, it wasn't even a jumper. It was you.
No, I didn't. It was Cherry, wasn't
Cherry,
it?
yeah,
it was Cherry.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Of course it was Cherry.
Cherry was walking around repping SSG.
Is this kind of how picks and bans go? Like, because I feel
Yeah.
like you all like just discuss for like in a minute. Like, wait, which one was it we're gonna ban again? Is it this one?
And it's like,
Is it
oh,
this
we have
one?
5 seconds bank time, and then the draft
Yeah.
gets thrown.
We're just quiet. They let Cherry do it all and then just blame him if it goes wrong.
All right, final thing for you guys, really. First weekend, obviously coming up very, very soon. How are you guys feeling going to this year? What are you excited about most for each of you individually, and where do you think you're going to achieve this year?
I'm super excited to work with SSG. I just feel like they care about us as players like a lot and just want the best for us. And I think most of all, they want good results, and I really hope I do, bring them good results like as a team, because
Do you reckon you can really beat the record of last year, though?
I don't know, man.
it is like I think we can for sure, but it just depends on Dada's if he plays a lot of World of Warcraft.
Right.
If
Was
he
it- was
does,
he
if
playing?
there is
Does
a new
it-
expansion coming up, that could be problematic.
What
for
does
the
he
team.
play?
He plays Classic and
What class?
Oh, Warlock.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Dirty Warlock.
Yeah, that makes sense. Death Coil, right?
Yeah, OP class.
So mainly for that, and what do you think about your achievements chance this year?
We can win for sure, but everyone's going to say that, so it's pretty boring. I'll say we'll lose, just to be different.
Just to be
Next time.
different, yeah. Vo, what about yourself?
That's why I play. I
Just wanna play?
That's why I play. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of bored. I'm not playing.
It's been a while without
Yeah.
a break too. Do you guys get up to much else like during that time? Like what did you do during your downtime other than like make your roster, get yourselves out here with your visas and
Drink.
things?
The weather was pretty bad in the UK when I went back. So
Was it?
it was a lot of just chilling at home pretty much.
Well, what about yourself finally then, Nika?
Pretty much what Rafa said. I think SSG's an org that deserves success. I think they've done a lot for Smite, and I think we all just want to give that back to them. And
Yeah.
obviously, as a team, I think we all know we can win, like Rafa said, and we just want to do it for Cherry as well.
Well, it's a pleasure having you. Obviously, we'll be doing a couple more check-ins. I want to have all the same three faces, and I'll try and mix up the team a bit so Daughters and Cheerio get their say, just so you know, to see how they feel about it. But thanks so much, and good luck with the season.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And that's it for you guys. We'll see you later.